Breathing in, there is awareness of breathing in. Breathing out, there is awareness of breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. In, out. Where do we suffer? The physical body and psychological mind. Schizophrenic spectrum disorders. Part 1. Schizophrenic spectrum disorders. While perhaps most of us possess any number of delusional beliefs about ourselves, others, and even the world in general, that skews our reality enough to trigger adverse reactive behaviors from time to time, those on the spectrum of schizophrenic disorders experience a rather continual state of altered reality, rife with delusional thinking, hallucinations, cognitive processing challenges, emotional blunting, social isolation, and more. Suffer from the inability to effectively function within the real world. Schizophrenia. Inability to discern between reality and fantasy, let alone fact or fiction, is a common schizophrenia feature, as are seeing and hearing things that have no existence, hallucinations, bizarre or wildly incoherent speech, and shunted emotional expressions. Since schizophrenics essentially remain in veritable states of shock at the imagery manifesting in their mind that is so fantastically different and perhaps frightening than the outer reality they are incapable of grasping. Latent schizophrenia. While conventional schizophrenia occurs relatively early in life for those affected, late teens to early 30s, latent schizophrenia happens between the ages of 40 to 60, with regression into a more childlike state being a common feature, sometimes to the point of being unable to properly care for oneself, and is perhaps the consequence of intense feelings of helplessness or defenselessness during childhood riddled with insufferable neglect, abuse, and particularly trauma. Schizoaffective disorder, or SD. Schizoaffective disorder combines the delusionary properties of schizophrenia with the often insufferable effects of bipolar disorder that gives rise to mood dysregulation issues, where the experiencer vacillates between high-energy mania and low-energy depression. Additionally, their behaviors can shift from being aggressive and impulsive schizophrenic rants to becoming timid, docile, and even terrified, sometimes about losing touch with reality altogether.